So next topic will be modularization, and before that I will answer your question. Okay. So what is collective section? See, normally what is such help? For example, I have one field. For example, material. Okay, material. In real time scenario, I'm saying material ID. So this is my input for input. Okay, user has to give the input in this material ID. But if user is completely new, he don't know what needs to be entered here. So that's why we'll provide a search help, and it will give a pop-up like this. Okay, where user can select the respective material ID, and automatically, for example, mat1, mat2, like this will be there. So automatically it will be mapped here and logically processed. Okay, but for this search help, where the data will come from one source table. Correct. For example, Mara is one source table is there, where materials will be there. For example, this is standard. From this material is coming. Okay. Similarly, another table is there. That is custom table. For example, one custom table is there. In this custom table also, okay, GMAT is one custom table. For example, let us assume GT underscore material. This is one custom table. And this also some materials are there. Okay. User has to select either from Mara or either from GT underscore matter. He can select from any one table, respective materials he can select. Maybe what are the materials available in Mara may not be there in GT underscore mat. What are the materials available in GT underscore mat may not be available in Mara. Vice versa like that. If this kind of a scenario is coming, then we have two source tables. One source table is Mara, another source table is GT underscore mat. So from both the tables, you need to provide the search help. So you have to display search help like that. From both the tables, material IDs you have to display to the user. It is user understanding. Either he can select from which table and which material he can select. Okay, for example, from GT underscore mat, mat 5, mat 6, mat 7. Like this, few materials are there. So user can select either from Mara table materials or GT underscore mat respective materials. If you want to provide a search help like this, then you will go for the collective search help. So collective search help is a search help which will combine two elementary search help. One search help will be based on Mara. Another search help will be based on GT underscore mat. Okay, these both search help will be combined together using collective search help. Search help underscore collective. Okay, this is clear. So that's why in yesterday's example, if you see one collective search help, this one. You can see here I included two search helps. One is from master table, one is from communication table, and I have one definition also. That is, I'm going to display employee ID. Okay, and assignment also you can see in assignment level. I want employee ID. Okay, so that's why what this search help will do. If you execute, see it will execute like this. You can select the materials either from employee ID master table or either from employee ID communication table. For example, if you see 6 is there. For example, if you see 7 and 8. 7 and 8 is not there in communication table. If a user wants to select 7 and 8, he can select from this one. Okay, so this is the purpose. So if user requested like that, I want to search help, if we should be displayed from both the tables, then you will go for the collector search help. Is it answered your question, Manak?
No, Ravi.
Sorry, Manak.
I say no.
You didn't answer?
Sorry.
No. So your doubt is clear?
Yes. Clear.
Yeah. You said no, that's why I'm asking.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Okay. So only one and only pending thing here is log objects. As I told earlier, I will cover this log object later. Okay. Next. Today topic will be modularization. Okay, modularization. For example, I will take our one program. Okay. Okay. Let us take this program. Okay. See here. So what are the things we did here first? We'll go one by one. First here we did the declaration, correct? Declaring of a internal table like that. Then here selection screen is created. Then here fetching logic is created. Then here display logic is there. Am I right? I will take I will take this one. Header also there. So declaration is there. Dimension was manual. Okay, everything is fine, no problem. So, so program is working fine, correct? Program is working fine. Since it is a small program, we have only very few lines of coding lines are there, programming lines are there. But let us assume if it is a very big program and program may contain more than 1,000, 10,000 lines code also will be there. If program is big, block by block, you will write your code like 10,000 lines also code will be there sometimes. Okay, code is generated and it is executed successfully and it is delivered to the production system. For example, I created the program. I read like the same fashion. First top declaration, after the select options, after that select query, after that some processing logic. Like that, I like that I declared. Okay. Tomorrow I left the organization. After that, you came into my position. Let us assume some small change is required in the same program. Now the program is handed over to you. Now tell me how much time it will take you to identify where is declaration is mentioned, where is select option is mentioned, and why this select query is did, why this loop is happened. It will take some time for you to understand, right? Am I right or not?
Yes.
And it is very difficult to point out if you comment something or if you change something where it will impact also. It is very difficult to find out in 10,000 lines or 1,000 lines, 5,000 lines program. Correct? Am I right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
what as a developer, what you have to do is you need to organize in your code in an understandable manner. Not only for you. If it is your program, then it is very easy for you. Why this change is coming? Why this logic is there? It is very easy for you. But if tomorrow someone else wants to do the maintenance for your same program, it should be in a position in an understandable manner. Okay, that means, for example,
Ravi,
same.
Ravi,
Yeah.
so can you please zoom it because the fonts are very small.
Fine, no problem. While doing the code, I will zoom it, no problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Now. Okay.
And how this example you have to correlate is, for example, same class students example. Let us assume. Okay, you have a class. You combine everyone, like 8th class students, 9th class students, 10th class students. You combine everyone. Now it is easy for you to identify which student is which class. No, right? You have to segregate them and you have to keep them in their respective class only. If you combine everyone in one place, then it will be a mess. Maybe if you are familiar with the students, it's very easy for you to identify, yeah, this student is 8th class, this student is 9th class, this student is 10th class. But so if tomorrow some new teacher came into your position, if you club like that, it's it is very difficult for them to identify. Same thing here also. You have to understand, you have to correlate with the same example. So, okay, then in school, I have segregated the students in their class, but here how I have to segregate the code. That's why modularization concept came in picture. What is modularization is divide your code into respective separate blocks, and that is easy for to maintain. That is one of the purpose. And second thing is, if you modularize like that, and it is very easy for you to reuse the objects also. If tomorrow someone else wants the same kind of a logic, they can reuse your logic using modularization technique. Okay, in modularization, what are the different types of that? First one is include programs. Second one is subroutines. Third one is function model. And fourth one also there. That is class and method. That is OOPS concept, but we are not talking about that right now. Okay. If you go into OOPS now, then it is very big topic, and it will create a lot of confusion for you. First, understand this procedural oriented program. Then slowly you can correlate same program into class and methods. So right now, class and methods we are not discussing. We are going to talk about include programs, subroutines, and function modules. Okay. First, what is include program? I will show you that. Okay. Normally, my way of writing a code, that is always as per the project standards only. First, I will have one section for declaration. That means in that section, only I will maintain the declaration part. What is declaration means? Internal table, work area, variables, constants, structures. Okay, these are all called as internal tables. Declaration. That is one block. Second block is for the selection screen purpose. That means only selection screen related logic only will be there in that block. That is the second block. Then third block is for the rest of the logic, like processing logic, selection logic. For this one, I will maintain the another block. These are the main three blocks: declaration, selection screen, and rest of the logic. Okay, now I'm going to convert the same program into that block modularization technique. Okay, I will show you. For that, create a program. Is it clear, or I have to zoom more?
It's clear now.
Modularization. Okay, executable program. One second, I'm closing the program. I don't know why it is taking this much time. Here you can see executable, and similarly you can see include program. Okay, I will talk about that include later. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, select this display object. It will show you like this. Okay. Here, as I told earlier, I'm going to create one block for selection screen, one for declaration, one for rest of the thing. That block is called as include program. Okay. Right click, create, and select include. Here it will ask you under what name you want to create. I will select same program name, and in last only I will slightly change. Since it is declaration now, I will give it this name as program name underscore top. And by default, see, by default it will select include program type. This is one way of creating a include. Include statement will be inserted, save, activate. So in see, come back to the main program. See, in main program, one include statement is inserted. This is one way of creating include and adding in the program. And another way is go here itself, underscore. Now I'm creating another include for selection screen. Create. Okay. Selection screen include. Here we have to type include program. Save. Activate. It is a include. Okay, not a report. It's a include. Now you can add this include in this program. So how to add that? Go to include. Directly add the name here. How to add it? Copy the previous line, change it just like this because it's already created. Save it and activate it. Why is this not here? It's created here. Okay. It's March 13. Okay. Select as March 1. I'm going to create again one more one. Okay. Include program. Save. You can close this. So now save this again. So in your main program also, it's automatically appear. Now we have two includes. One is top include, another one is selection. This include. Okay. Now, what is another one? What is another one is create another include. This is for the rest of the logic form. Save. Okay. So we have three includes, and you have to keep in mind this is for declaration, and this is for selection screen, and this is for subroutines. I will tell you why this is required. Subroutines. For our timing, keep like this. Okay. Save it. So every program, whenever you're going to create a program, first step is you have to mention like this. Now everything is blank. Everything is blank only. Now I'm going to take the previous program. You can take this program also, no problem. Okay, I will take this one. Now tell me here what are all the declaration part? What is the declaration part here? Manat, so what is declaration part here?
GT underscore EMP or a GS underscore EMP.
So work area internal table, and this is declaration part. So
yeah,
as I told earlier, in which block you will keep the declaration part?
In the top one.
Yes. So go here and maintain the declaration here. That's it.
Okay.
Save one. Okay. See, remember one thing. If you are mentioning something in this includes, then it is completely accessible throughout the program, throughout this program. If you are declaring one variable in top include now, that means that variables, that internal tables is accessible throughout this program. Throughout this program is either you can access in this program or you can access this in selection include or form include. Every include you can access that. Okay. Now this is done. Now, second
so
part
we can
is
use
selection screen.
Ravi.
Yeah. So tell me.
So we can use the data of one include in another include also.
Yeah. For example, here internal table is there, na? This internal table, you can fill in this include.
Okay.
You can
So
fill
this
in
is
this
within
include.
a one program. So
within one program. Correct.
It is within the program, no?
Within the program. No. This include is global. This include is global.
Okay.
If you are maintaining that include, you have to. This is kind of a report only. Okay. This is separate only. If you added that include here, then complete include is accessible here. Just like a plugin.
Okay.
See, you have data in a USB stick. If you plug in into your laptop, automatically complete data you can access, right? Similarly, this top is one USB stick. That selection is one include stick, and form is one include stick, on pen drive stick, like that. You are maintaining data inside that. If you want to access this, you have to plug it. How to plug it? Just using this syntax, you are plugging into your program. Similarly, the same include if you plug into some other program, for example, March 12, then complete declaration is accessible in that program also. Okay, in two places you can access. Okay, you will try to understand. No problem. Don't confuse. Okay, now next thing is selection screen. Where you will maintain selection screen? In the selection block. Okay, selection screen. So to make it much more attractive, what I will do, selection screen, begin of block A1 with frame, title, text T001. Sorry, T001. And then selection screen in dot B1. Okay, and this I'm giving. For this text, we have to give a data. Look, select or selection screen like that. Okay, and one more thing is there. Yes, so we have to upload the first. This S1 underscore EMP should display like. Now, if you execute, see it will display like this within a frame. Okay. Now, this top part is done. Selection part is done. Now, what is next? Logic, right? Where you will write the logic? You will write the logic. I told you already one event. What is that event? Start of selection. So after this line only, you have to write the logic. Okay, so copy the same code, no problem. Okay, so if
So Ravi, is there any other events of the selection screen?
yeah, events are other events also there. I told you, right, that is separate topic. We'll talk about that. After completing modularization, I will talk about events. Why? Because modularization is important for events topic.
Okay.
Okay, then copy this logic, then display. That's it. Okay, so this is the actual logic. Executed. See that all the display. See, same program. Here also same program. But look wise, which is best for you? Same program. Which is best for you? If tomorrow someone wants to modify the selection options as a mandatory, then what you will do? Without any difficulty, go simply into the selection block. You want to make it mandatory, just maintain this here like this. Okay, so it is easy for you to navigate. So it is mandatory. Without this, now it won't allow you to execute. So what you have to do, you have to enter the employee ID. Okay, so this is include programs. So remember, include programs is global. That means if you are maintaining some data in one program, then it is accessible in another program also. Because see, GTEMP is declared here only, right? In top include, right? Correct. GTEMP, GSEMP, it is declared here. But now you can access in the outside that include also. How it is happened? Because since you are mentioned that include in the same program, then whatever the thing mentioned in the include is completely accessible throughout the program. Okay. So that's all about include. Okay. I will come to the slides first. So you can go through this. Just now mentioned what is modularization and all. So what is advantages? We can structure the program. Very easy to read the code, maintain the code. Reusability feature is there. How that reusability feature will work, I will show you. Okay. Then these are the different types of techniques. Macro include subroutine, function modules, and classes. Macros now it's absolute. So no one is using that macros. So that's why I mentioned global include, subroutine, and function modules. Okay. Now include program, how to create. So include and after that program name, that automatically it will convert as include program. So how to create that? Here I mentioned steps also. Okay, you can follow these examples too. Then I'm going to the subroutine. Then I'm going to the next topic, subroutine. What is subroutine is? Still my code is looking more clumsy because selection logic is here, display logic here. Everything looks more clumsy. I want to divide my code into more blocks. More blocks means I want to keep data fetching logic, selection logic in one block, display in another block, like that. For that only subroutine concept is introduced. What a subroutine is? It is almost similar to includes, but syntax and its way is completely different. Okay. What is some differences is if you maintain some data or if you declare some variables in a include, then it is accessible throughout the program. But in a subroutine, if you declare a variable, then it will be accessible inside that variable only. That means include is global, subroutine variables and elements are local. You can use a include variable, include section variable inside a subroutine, but you cannot use one subroutine variable into the another subroutine or another program. Don't confuse, okay? Include is global, subroutine is local. That is first thing. If you declare one variable, for example, one internal table in include program, then you can access the internal table in the program in another include also, it is fine. Okay, this is first thing. But coming to the subroutine part, in subroutines, you can access the include elements like internal tables and everything. But inside a subroutine, for example, you declare another internal table, but that internal table will be only available inside the subroutine only. Outside the subroutine, it won't be accessed. Okay, I will show you how it will work. Then it will be very easy to understand. Okay. Now,
Ravi, can you repeat this?
Yeah, I will show this example. Then I will explain again. Then it's very easy for you. Okay. So subroutine. How to declare a subroutine is perform. After that, you can give any name. Okay. For example, get underscore data like that. One name I'm giving. Then double click it. It will show you subroutine get underscore data does not exist. Do you want to create it? Click on yes. Click on save. Then it will ask you where you want to create a subroutine. Already we created one include program for this to create a subroutine. What is that one? Already we created one include program. What is that one?
Form.
Exactly. So select that form and click on OK. See, automatically it will navigate to the form and see these things will be generated. Form, get data, and end form. Save this and activity. Okay. Now, this is for get data, right? Similarly, I want to create another subroutine for display. Display underscore data. Okay. Save it. Double click it. Same. It will ask you to where you want to create. Click on this. See, one more subroutine. Display underscore data is created. Form and form display data. Okay. Now, why it is required? Now, select this query. See, this is get data query, right? Double click it. Keep it here. Now, get data is completed. Correct? Data is collected into the internal table. Now here what you have to do? Here only you have to display logic has to be kept. But instead of writing display logic, instead of writing the display logic like this, what I will do? I will use a subroutine here. Perform display underscore data here. Then it will navigate to here. Here I'll keep the display logic. I will delete this one. See, that's it. Program wise, that's it. Activated. Execute. Output wise, there will not be any difference. But if you see the code, get data inside, if you go inside, then it will navigate you to the routine. Here, And here automatically, once data is fulfilled, then it will go into this block. To double click it, it will take you to here. Okay. Yes, tell me. Now you can ask your question. Tell me, Mana.
So can we use the subroutine created in another program?
No.
We have to create the
Yeah.
subroutine in the same program to use it.
Yes. You can create one subroutine. Inside one subroutine, you can create another subroutine. Like this.
If we want to make a subroutine global, so can we do that?
That's why include is there, na? If you want to make it global, that's why include is there. But subroutines are completely local. Completely local means, for example, I'm going to create another internal table here. Data. Local means you have to create like this LT underscore EMP type. Okay. Type table of GT EMP master. Okay, let us assume like this. So instead of GT EMP, I'm using LT underscore EMP. Right now, you don't have any problem. Correct? But if you try to use it here, now GTEMP is not, it has nothing. LTEMP only has the data, correct? Am I right or not? So if you use it here, it will throw you error. See, LTEMP is unknown. Am I right? LTEMP is unknown.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why if you create some variables in a program, in a subroutine, then it is completely local. And there is one option. If local variables also pass it to the another subroutine, one option is there. That one we'll discuss. Okay. This is just a simple subroutine. In subroutine, different options are there. Those things we'll discuss right now. I hope you at least have an understanding difference between include and subroutine. Similarly, you can divide the blocks. Display data is there. Now, similarly, if you want to use another subroutine for processing data or anything, you can give any name, no problem. You can divide your program into multiple blocks like this. Okay. So in subroutines, one similar few methods are there, and those things we will discuss. We'll take a 5 minutes break, and after that we'll continue. Is it fine? Now time is
okay.
11:17. We'll connect at 11:25.
Okay.
Shall we continue?
Yeah, sure.
So in subroutines, different things are there. Different options are there. I will show you one by one. Okay. For this, I'll create a new program. Now see, I have created one variable. I'll be underscore v1. Its type is C, and I'm filling the value here itself. Value will be ABAP. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm using a subroutine perform. First, I will print it. So first, then I will write underscore here. Okay, I will upload it. So what will be the output? If I execute it, what will be the output? Manath, you are on mute. What will be the output?
Yeah. So you get ABAP. It's
Yes,
for character.
Okay, like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm using a perform subroutine. Perform. Any name you can give. Okay. Perform display. I'm giving. Perform display using LV underscore v1. That means I'm passing the variable inside the subroutine. Try to understand. I'm passing the variable here inside the subroutine. Okay. Now display, double click it. It will ask you to create an object, create the same program name. Here itself will create. Okay. And here also one variable is there, p underscore lv1 is there, but I will type as p underscore lv1. Okay. I'll close it. Now p underscore v1 equal to SAP. So now I will print right statement again here. So what will be the output you expect here? I will show you first. See what is the output here? This is subroutine. Okay. How we can say it is form, that is better, and it is program. Okay. Now again after subroutine, I'm using same statement. Now tell me what happened here. So you can see inside first in the program one time variable is printing. In the form one time variable is printing. Again into the program one time variable is printing. Correct? Am I right or not? So here try to understand what I did. Try to understand what I did. So in the subroutine, what syntax I have used? I have used using, correct? Am I right or not? I'm using. In form also I used using only. Here also using, here also using. Correct. But here I mentioned one variable LV1, but here I mentioned another variable P underscore V1. Both are same only. Both are same only. So LV underscore V1 I mentioned in the perform. Correct. I mentioned in the perform. So this is called as actual parameter. In the subroutine, another variable it is there, P underscore V1. Any name you can give. This is called as formal parameter. Both are same. Don't confuse with the name. Both are same. Like both memory is same. We are just passing this variable to here. Okay. So initially, while performing, what value is here? Here ABAP is there. Correct. Value is ABAP. But inside the form, what you did, you overwritten with this ABAP with SAP. Correct. Then what happened? This SAP is overwritten, SAP ABAP. Not only here, it will overwritten here too. So that's why first statement is program LBV1. So at that time, what is the value? At that time, it is not went inside the subroutine. That's why ABAP is here, LBV1. Here ABAP is there. Okay. Same value, you pass it into the subroutine using statement. Here also ABAP only is there. Here also ABAP only is there. But in this statement, you modified the value, right? P underscore V1. It automatically modified the value of LV underscore V1 also. You got this point? It modified the LV underscore V1 also. Why? Because P underscore V1 is pointing to LV underscore V1 only. That's why. So SAP's value is mentioned in both the places. So that's why here SAP value is printing. Similarly, once the subroutine is completed, while coming to here, now ABAP is no more. Here this value is replaced with SAP. So here SAP is printing. You got these points? How it has worked?
Yeah, Ravi, got it.
Okay. So using, perform also using, form also using. So LV underscore V1 is called as a actual parameter. P underscore V1 is called as a formal parameter. So this method is called as pass by reference. Pass by reference. Try to understand what is pass by reference. In pass by reference, if you modify the value inside a subroutine, then it will impact the value outside the subroutine also. So pass by reference means if you change the value inside a formal parameter, then it will change the value of actual parameter also. Okay, that is pass by reference. So this is the first case, using and using. What is next? I will keep everything here. Next thing is using and using value. Using and using value means this is using and using. Okay, I will comment this. Okay, this program is very important for you. That's why I will comment this program. Next thing is using and using value. What is using and using value means? In perform, I'm using only, but here I will use like using value. Now save it, activate it. What is it is showing? Different number of form 33. What is 33? Like this you have to use. Like this you have to mention. Okay, for using value. Now tell me what can be the output. Can you guess what can be the output? Already one right statement is here. First statement will be SAP. First statement will be ABAP only. Okay. What will be the second statement? That means inside here. Can you guess?
Same SAP.
Okay. Second is SAP. What about third?
You ask about the final output or
Yeah.
the value of LV underscore.
What about the final means? See, you're saying SAP here inside the routine. That means this line number 33. Once it is done, it will come to line number 35. Line number 35, what it will print? Ignore about the comments. These comments are related to previous program, previous example. Here ABAP, that is sure. Here SAP, that is also sure. And what about here? That is my question. I will show you.
I think it's same SAP.
No.
ABAP.
ABAP. Yeah. Here we have to print P underscore view, not LV underscore view. Now we can see. Okay. See, ABAP, SAP, and ABAP. Why? That means whatever the value changed inside the subroutine, it didn't impact at the actual value. Correct? That is the difference between using and using value and using and using. I will tell you now how it works. Okay. This is the second example. So first example, I told you it is a first example. I told you it is a pass by second.
But it have to change the value, no?
No. I will tell you why. I will tell you why it happened. In the first example, this is actual parameter and this is formal parameter. I told you why it happened. It is pass by reference. Pass by reference means both are pointing to same memory. Normally, if one variable is created, one memory will be allocated. Correct? So memory is same for LV1, P1, B1. Memory is same. For example, let us assume memory is M. Memory is M. I am not mentioning anything. Memory is M. So same M is here and same M is here. Okay, that means if you change this, then it will change here also. Am I right or not? If change here, it will change there also. That's why it's a pass by reference. In the first case, I'm saying. But in the second case, while using and using value, what will happen now? The actual parameter, What is the actual parameter? This one. It won't share the memory with the formal parameter. It won't share the memory. It will share only the value. In the first example, it shared its memory. Try to understand. In the first example, it tried to share its memory. But in the second example, it won't share the memory. Instead of that, it will share the value. What is the value? ABAP is there now. It will share the value ABAP here. That's it. So if you change here some ABAP into something else like SAP, it won't impact the actual one. Okay. So first method is pass by reference. Second method is pass by value. I will try to simplify this with a normal example. Okay. For example, you have one certificate. For example, your 10th mark list certificate is there. Okay. My mark list I'm giving to you. If you lost it, it will impact me as if it will impact me or not. Manat.
Yes,
I gave my actual certificate to you. If you destroy it, I will lost. Not only you, I also lost my certificate, right? That means whatever the thing I have completely shared with you. That is pass by reference. Pass by value means whatever the certificate I have, I gave a copy to you. My actual certificate is with me only. I gave a copy to you, Xerox copy with you.
Okay.
You can destroy it or you can use it. It's up to you, but it won't impact me.
Okay.
Because this actually is with me only. Okay, that is pass by value. Same thing is happening here. So ABAP is passing to here, and you're modifying the value, and it will modify only P underscore V1, not LV underscore V1. That's why while executing this, here ABAP will be there. Inside this, if you change it to SAP, it will change it to SAP only for P underscore V1, not for LV underscore V1. So old value will be there as it is. Okay, so that's why using and using value is pass by value. Okay, using pass by value. Okay, next is the next example. What is next? Using and changing. Next example is using and changing. So here I'm using, but here I'm using changing syntax. First, I will show you how it will work. See, program SAP. That means whatever the value you're modifying here, it impacting outside also. That means which method it is using? Pass by reference or pass by value? Which method it is using? Pass by method or pass by reference or pass by value? No? Since the value is modifying outside, it is a pass by reference. Let's see, it is a pass by reference. Okay, next is change the value. Next is using next example is changing. So here is ABAP, SAP. Okay, that means its value is changing outside also. That means it's by pass by reference here. You will assume like pass by reference only, but it's not like that. It is pass by value only, but it is changing the. I will show you how to do that. Here, it's loading. So I will show you in debugging how these values are modified. Okay, closely observe. Now I am in line number 69. What is the value in LV1 ABAP? Go inside. Here you can see PNS score V1 also. PNS score V1 also having the same value. Okay. Now try to change it. It's modified only PNS score V1. Am I right? It's modified only PNS score V1. Am I right or not? Didn't modify the LVV1. Manat, are you observing?
Yes.
It didn't modify the LV underscore V1 when
Still.
you are inside the subroutine. You can see this arrow mark. You are inside. But when you come out of the subroutine, its value modified, right?
Yes, yes.
I will show you again.
It's changing the value of LV underscore V1.
When it is changing, when it is coming out
Out
of
of
the
form.
subroutine.
Yeah.
I'll go inside again. You can see the value is ABAP, and here it is ABAP, and here value is changing. Since it is ABAP only, but once it is out of the subroutine, it is modifying into SAP. So this is not passed by reference also. Pass by reference means what? How it will work? Now, pass by reference means I will show you how pass by reference will work. You remember this? I will commenting. I'm commenting. Okay. What is this? This is using and changing value. How pass by reference will work now? First example. Go inside. This is debugging. This is also another topic. Okay, I will discuss it with you. See, LV underscore V1 is ABAP, and P underscore V1 is SAP ABAP. And see, once it is modifying the SAP, immediately it's affecting here. See, you're still in the subroutine only. You're still in the subroutine, but once it is modified the value, it changes the actual value also. Correct? But in the previous one, the value when it is modifying, once you come out of the subroutine, some difference is there. Correct? Observe or confused? So what this is called is pass by value and return. When you use using and changing value, it will act as a pass by value only. It will act as a pass by value means only its value is modified inside the variable, but once that subroutine is done, then this value will be copied into the actual parameter. That's why pass by value and return. Now you're clear with these four things or not? And I want to understand. If you have any doubts, let me know. Manath, even though it is a small lot, please let me know, no problem.
No, it's okay. It's clear.
Okay. Now, could you please take a screenshot of this?
Wait. Yeah, done.
Okay. The remaining four ones, changing, using, changing, using. You know how to use that? What you have to do is
Using the
remember
changing with the
the program
perform
name. Exactly. So here what you have to do, copy this one. Okay, uncomment it. For uncommenting, select and control full stop. So first one, what I'm using, changing and using. So here use changing, and here you use using. Okay. Now test. Now I'm not going to test it. You test it, and what is the difference you are going to get? Let me know by tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. How to use the using changing value in a real-time program while discussing the reports now. At that time, we'll use this.
Okay.
Okay. So in the GR program March 13.1, please do the changes. Okay.
Okay.
And that's all about subroutines. We'll go with the function models. Okay. Give me a minute. I will be back. Give me a minute.
Hello, Ravi. Ravi.
Yes, Manav. You're saying something?
So can I take a 5 minutes break?
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
will back
Let
by.
me know once you're back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Manav.
Yeah, Ravi. Can we start? We can start.
Yeah. So next is function module. Okay. For this already we have one transaction code introduced already. If you remember, SC37. Okay. Now go to SC37. Go to SC37. This is function module. Okay. But what is function module? It is also one of the modularization technique. That means it is also have the some features from include program, some features from the subroutines. Definitely it has something. But at the same time, it has some unique features also. That's why it's separated. Okay. Let us assume, for example, okay. I'm executing the program. What is today's date? Today's date is 13th March. Correct? Today's date is 13th March. So whenever I execute a program based on today's date, I want to display the last day of the month. What is the last day of this month? 31st March 2024. Correct? Maybe if I execute the same program in the last month, February, I should display 29th February 2024, like that it should display. If you want to write a logic like this, how you will write? Forget about SAP. Normally, I'm saying, how will simplify the logic? Hello? You got my question, Manat? Question is, based on date, I want to calculate the last day of the month. That is the question. If I ask you to write a normal flow logic, not SAP, flow logic, what are the steps you will follow?
By the date you get the last day of month.
How we will get it? See, today's date is, what is today's date? 13 is today's date. 13/03/2024 is the today's date. With this, if you want to calculate the last day of the month, first what I will do? First, I will divide this number into three things. First, year, month. After, what is the date? Month is this one, 03. Like this. Like this, first I will divide it.
Yes.
Then what I will do? This is year. I know this is, for example, I will store in a variable. This is a year, and this is month, and this is day. Like that, I will divide it. Then what I will do? I will write a condition. I will write a condition like this. If month equal to 01, sorry. If month equal to 01 or 03 or 05, or 05 or 07 08 or 10
12.
or 12. If it falls in this range, then day will be 31.
31.
Other than 2 means 4 or 6 or 9 or 11. For this 30. After that, if it is a 28 or 29. If it is a leap year, 29. Not a leap year, 28. How will you calculate? Based on the year. If it is divided by 4, then it is a leap year. Not equal to divided by 4, then it is a non-leap year. This much logic you have to write. Okay. Today I am writing in my program. Maybe after 1 month in your colleague program also same logic they want. What they want to do? They have to copy the entire logic from your program to their program. Correct. This is one approach. Second approach is keep this logic in one place. Keep this logic in one place and try to access it from there. That one place is called as function module. You got it? What I'm saying? Okay. And one more thing is SAP has standard function modules also. What is the standard function modules? Just like this, calculating last day of the month and calculate the difference between 2 dates. Like that, so many standard function modules are there. No need to write the logic. Simply you can use it. I will show you how. Here, this is the date underscore get underscore month last day. This is one function module which was created by SAP. You can see created by SAP. What it will do, simply execute it. It will ask you a date, give a date, 13/03/2024. Execute it. You can see automatically is giving the last date. So logic is there inside the function module. No need to worry about the logic also. So it is fulfilling your requirement, is right? What you have to do? Simply you need to access this function module in your report or in your program. How to do that? Go to the program. Go to the program and create another program. Okay, I'm creating another program. Created function module, executable, package. Okay, that's it. So what is my requirement? I'm going to pass date for this. What is the date? Parameters p underscore date. Type is data. Okay, activate. See, you can select the date. Okay. Now, I want to calculate the last day. For that, I can use this function module. Date underscore get underscore month underscore last date. How to use that? Go to pattern. Here you can see call function. In this call function, give this name. Date underscore get. This one. Correct? You determine last argument. Give this name. Click on OK. Automatically you will get a auto generated program like this. Here you have to export and import is two things are there. What is export? Something you're exporting from your program. What you will export? Your date. You are going to give a date here. What you will import? The last days will be returned from the platform that you have to import. For importing, you need a variable. You need a variable. What is the variable? Data underscore LV underscore last date. Type. What is the type? You don't know the type, right? The type should be always should matches with E underscore date. How to know that? Go back. Display. This is the import parameter. What is export also? This is the type. Side data. So type will be side data. Okay, here also it is a side data. See, always the import and output type should matches with the function model. So give this LV underscore last date here. That's it. Save and write it. Write the simply like this. Last date. Okay. Execute it. Select a date. For example, I'm selecting today's date. It will give you the last date. How it is working? A breakpoint here. Execute it. Give a date. For example, I'm selecting last month's update 15/2. Now closely observe. So your input is here 15/2/2024. And it will be passed to the I underscore date. If you want to see the logic, go inside the program. You can see I underscore date is passed. And once logic is processed, LV underscore date will be filled with the output. How LV underscore date is filled? Logic is fulfilled in the program and its value is stored in E underscore date. E underscore date value is given to the LV underscore date. You can see here. And output is displayed. So like this, any standard F1 you can reuse in your program. Okay, because logic is stored inside this function model. Okay, now anyone, not only you, anyone in your project, they want to reuse this functionality, simply they can call this function model and you can use it. That's the purpose of a function model. Any questions here, Manav?
No, Ravi.
Okay. Here, importing means exporting your input from the program to the function module. Importing means importing the output from the function module to a report. Now tell me, if you are exporting a value, right? What is the value? For example, today's date. Today's value you are exporting, right? From where you are exporting? From the program you are exporting. What it will be for the function module?
Importing.
Okay. Yes, exactly. For your program, it is exporting. Correct. For your program, it is exporting. But for the FM, it is importing. Similarly, output is, it is importing for you. For you means for the report. But for the function module, it is exporting. This is clear? This point itself very confusing for so many people, but you got it very simply. This is clear, right? Now, coming to the function module, going to the function module, display, different tabs will be there like this. attributes, import, export, changing, tables, exception, and source code. Okay, attributes means function group is important. I will tell you what is function group. Here in this tab, who created and when it was created, who changed, what is the package. These details will be stored in the attributes tab. In the import tab, what are the inputs for this function module? Those things will mention in this tab. Export means what are the export parameters for this function modules will be declared here. Changing means changing is a different thing. That means it's a variable which will act as both import and export. That is called as changing. Tables means import and export parameters are the values which can carry only one input or one output like that. If you want to pass multiple lines, then you will use tables concepts. Exceptions means if you want to raise any errors, then exception will handle it here. Source code means the actual logic we will write in this place. Okay, so these are the different tabs available in the function module, and how to create a custom function module, how to create import export parameters, changing table, exceptions, and source code. And these things we'll discuss tomorrow. Why? Because we are already short of time. Only 10 minutes left now. If it starts now, it will take time. Okay. So I want to take this as a fresh topic for tomorrow. We'll cover this tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. So, but I want to work on this. What is that? For the subroutines. You can see the program name also, PRG March 31. In this logic is there. Okay.